Good morning, afternoon, everyone. I'm Eunice Maytorena. I'm a senior lecturer at Manchester Business School. And together with my colleague, Natalya Sergeeva from University College London and Winch from the Business School, we have been working around the idea of the role of leadership for sustainability transitions, really trying to fit with the call of the symposium. What we want to do is present a leadership model that we have developed and we are currently piloting. And the focus really has been within the realm of sustainability transitions. So there has been an increasing focus on the move towards sustainability transitions and achieving the net zero carbon emissions. And that has significant implications for effective project organizing and, of course, for the leadership of that. So we are now in the fourth revolution, as indicated in this diagram, and there has been increasing focus on or input or investment in generation of power through renewable energy sources. And of course, this revolution is now being underpinned by sort of the new digital technologies or innovations and artificial intelligence. And that also has implications for project leadership. So for project leadership, we therefore need to appropriately respond to these new challenges that are being posed by the changing world in a way that goes beyond the traditional project management approaches. So we really like the idea of Joseph Schumpeter that calls for new combinations. So new combinations require leadership, while sort of steady state requires managers. So we are within that sort of new combinations and looking really at leadership. Now, our work draws quite significantly on the work of Ancona and colleagues from MIT, where they developed the concept of the incomplete leader. Just like the previous presentation, made the point that sort of that aspect is incomplete, just focusing on the single individual, the leader. We argue alongside Ancona that leadership is relational. It's a relational phenomenon, and we need to move beyond the role of and the focus of the individual leader, thinking of the project leader as a hero. We also draw on some ideas from the literature on leadership, which focuses on different means of leadership. So we take the idea of the leader as also a problem solver, as a teacher, and leadership that focuses not only on self, but also on others. So we move that argument a bit forward. So we developed the functional model of Ancona, and we're interested really in not only on who leaders are, which has been the main focus of the literature, but also focusing on what leaders do and how they do that. So our project leadership model is based on this notion of the incomplete leader, and it has been co-developed in collaboration with BP MBA Systems, who we've done some executive education work. So this idea accepts that there is no single leader can do everything. They're not good at everything, and as a result, they need to complement their capabilities with the team. So we talk about the notion of incomplete leader, complete team. So what I want to do for this next part is just take you through that leadership model and some ideas that we have been working on. So our model here captures what effective leaders do along two axes. So we have on the horizontal axis, we call this the enabling axis or the enabling dimensions. We have sense-making and relating. So sense-making is very much how leaders and their followers, the complete team, make sense of the world around them. We take the idea of Weick's notion of sense-making here. And basically what they're asking is what is going on here? In the midst, in the flux of events, what is going on here, especially under conditions of perceived uncertainty and complexity. Well, the relating dimension really focuses and stresses the importance of interacting with others who have who may have important information about what's going on in the project, relating to both internal and external stakeholders through inquiring, through advocating, and through connecting. So both relating and sense-making provide the cognitive resources that form the basis of deciding what to do and doing it along the action axis, which is the vertical axis here of projecting and creating. So projecting is what Daniel Defoe articulates as forward aspirations of the project. Why are we doing this project? Why is it being done? And it's usually captured through a project mission. And projecting is about convincing, persuading teams, stakeholders to get involved in the project. And creating is about how we're going to deliver on that project mission, and how we're going to design the organization that will ensure that consummate delivery on that mission. That involves sort of innovating, creating new and better ways of doing things, being more creative in how they solve problems to deliver that project mission. And that's really important if we're thinking about moving towards those sustainability transitions and achieving the net zero targets. It's also about designing facets, about making design choices with regard to both how the temporary organizations is going to deliver the project, but also going to design the governance, the commercial interfaces between the owners and the supply side. And at the center of our project leadership model, we have the integrating dimension or capability, which is judging. This draws on our perspective of the classical psychological traits of effective leaders, such as the Big Five: emotional intelligence, and experiencing and framing. So really trying to draw out that intuition in making those important judgments. So we have been using this project leadership model within project managers that work in complex projects, major projects and programs, to be used as a prompt for self-reflections for a number of years now. And we also use it as part of a self-assessment exercise. And what we've been finding repeatedly is that our project managers tend to perceive themselves weaker along that projecting dimension. So we're still in the process of collecting data, of validating the instrument. But what we're really interested in now is focusing on how we can help our project managers to enhance that projecting capability. For the sense making, for the relating, and for the creating, we have some sort of tools or tool sets that they can take away. And we have some tool sets which are started to develop on the projecting side. Although these are initial findings, we think that they offer opportunities for development, but we think it's really important to recognize that leadership practice for sustainable transition projects requires the mastering of this art of projecting. So thank you for listening.